All right, so time now is 10:10 a.m. Um, frick. So I slept from on April 21st. So yeah, I slept from 2:30 to 10. I woke up natural. I woke up like five times actually. At some point at around 7 a.m. I woke up and I thought I'm supposed to wake up. I thought I'm late or something, and then I'm like, hold on, never mind. And I woke up like five times. Um, but yeah, essentially there's that. I feel nice actually, given that I slept for 7.5 hours. Like, if it's more than if it's more than 7 hours, I think I'm doing quite well. Um, but yeah, essentially today's gonna be yet another extremely interesting day. I'm going to go to CMD very quickly later to meet up with the one and only Miss Leslie, and then we're going to do some casting audition for her scene for Breathless, but Wong Kar Wai version. And Yeah, it's gonna be awesome. The fact that I'm seeing her again, yet again, you know. Um, yeah, there's that. Um, yeah, and then I spoke with Alba yesterday. Alba truly plans to watch Suzume, the film, today, which is great because I really want to freaking watch it as well. I can't wait to watch it and review it. And she's planning to watch it at 7:45 at AMC Century City. And sure, great. So I'm going with her. She says she's going to CMD to start asking people around to go with her. She says she wants to ask Leslie. Sure, go ahead. I don't think Leslie wants to though. Um, and then tomorrow I want to watch Taxi Driver as well. And then on Sunday, I want to go. Kind of want to go to church, so that I don't have to go again in the next like month or so. But yeah, essentially that's that. And then tomorrow there's location scouting as well. Um, I didn't even finish one episode of anime last night. I was so sleepy. At around 1 a.m., I already almost fell asleep. So there's that. But yeah, I feel pretty fantastic. Um, Also, about LMU's decision to admit me to screenwriting, that's great and all. And screenwriting major in LMU is about 19% acceptance rate, so I'm in the 19%. Great to know. Like, that's something that I should be proud of. But am I ready to dedicate 2 whole ass years to just screenwriting and not film production? I don't know. I don't think so. I think that would be torturous. I want to actually make films. So I'm still thinking maybe it would still be a better idea to go to Long Beach for film production or go to CSUN and then apply for film production like like a semester later. I don't know how difficult that would be. Maybe I have to email the film department there to find out. Um, but yeah, essentially there's that. Um, Frick. um, well. That would be a gamble, you know. Hopefully USC or UCLA accept me, which is even more insane. But if that does happen, I'm going to freak out and sing songs, whatever. But yeah, I'm happy that I'm seeing Leslie again today. It really makes me think that I really have to complete The Virgin. I really have to complete The Virgin, like their script, because if I don't complete it now, I'll never be able to fucking complete it. Um, and I'm too happy. In the last couple of days, I've been too happy and blessed to be able to get into the mood of writing it. So maybe on next Monday, next Tuesday, when I have nothing to do and I feel a little bit more lonely, I'm just gonna crash. Okay, I'm just gonna listen to Radiohead, read my old diaries, and friggin' whatever. I'm just gonna crash myself emotionally and hopefully get the emotions back, you know. But yeah, certainly when Potter told me about the hypersexual Korean white girl, that sort of helped a little bit. And when I remembered Natalie giving a blowjob to Keith incident, that also fueled me a little bit. But yeah, yeah. Again, it's just I don't react to sex that strongly nowadays. Like if someone comes up to me and say that they're a porn star, I wouldn't be like, oh, like I'm not disgusted, but I wouldn't be like, oh my god, like this is some adult shit. That's crazy. I would just be like, okay, like, cause I'm soaked in the world of LA so much that nothing surprises me anymore. Like if my closest friend is a serial killer, I probably wouldn't be that surprised as well. Like I've lost the ability to be surprised at anything, basically. So I think that's part of the reason why I just lost this childlike wonder to the world, you know, because I don't get surprised by things anymore. Um, but yeah, you know, essentially there's that. Um, it's awesome that Leslie's being so like nice to me, and so close to me. With Pepper, I can tell that if Pepper's close to me, it's like really close. But with Leslie, I just don't know because her personality is a little muddier, shadier, which is also exactly one of the reasons why she's just so damn like good. But I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying every single like sentence, every single interaction I have with her. Like it's so enjoyable. Like even if we don't get together, whatever. I told Michelle this. I told Michelle that Leslie writes diaries, and I'm like, bruh, I write diaries too, like I did. Like oh my god, like I can't, you know. And then Michelle was like, bruh, just ask her out. And I'm like, bro, no, I cannot, because that's so insane. That's so risky. That's insane. You know, right now, like I have a plan in mind for my relationship with Leslie. Right now, we're not even at like level one. We're at the very base. Like I still want to ask her basic questions, be approachable, and start showing her my quirky side and my sad side, and start telling her my personal shit, and then move on from here on out. Um, if I can hang out with Leslie just for the sake of hanging out with her, this will be again a totally new grounds for me, you know. So yeah, I don't know. I gotta eat some simple breakfast.
The specific him, the guy just came for the audition.
It's great. Work with those.
Do you want to hold or do you want to come on in?
No, you can hold. You can hold.
One of them already cut.
All right, let me just eat some ice cream because I'm hungry. Let's talk about today. Time now is 5:45 p.m. Another extremely interesting day. I woke up quite late. I had a good 7.5 hours sleep. And yesterday I've been thinking, because today Leslie's going to do the casting auditions. What are they going to read? Does she even have a script? And then today at 7 a.m. she sent me the script. But I was fucking asleep. I woke up at 10 and I read her message, and I didn't even realize that. I thought she already had a script prepared, and I thought she doesn't need my help translating because there's no time for it anyways. Turns out she does. She sent me the script over WhatsApp and asked me if I can translate it like right now before the auditions, preferably. And I didn't even plan for that. I planned to wake up, eat a quick breakfast, film a review, and then go out. That's the plan. So I ended up doing things very fast. I made a very simple lunch of just avocados and tomatoes, so cold, and just some Doritos, and it fucking sucked. I almost threw up eating those avocados. And it was, I hope Leslie translate the script. I didn't even start translating until I was waiting for the bus at the bus stop. And yeah, today is also really fucking hot. It's like 26 degrees. I wore a black shirt, long sleeved, plus a black jacket. Very hot and sweaty. I don't know what the fuck happened. Last week it's cold as fuck. Yeah. I arrived at CMB, went to the conference room, and boom, there's a guy who's clearly Asian, apparently a first-gen Hong Konger, with a very silly mohawk hair, and totally does not fit Leslie's type at all. Like, totally does not work as, you know, Jean-Pierre Belmont in Breathless. And there's Leslie, she's in the room, and there's Angel, who's the guy who directed The Dark Knight. He's her first AD, apparently. So I walked into the room and I sat down and I felt like a fucking professional because I've been through auditions before, thanks to John L. And I know the procedures and whatnot, and I was thinking, hey, did Leslie do the right thing? Does Leslie know what she's doing? I can tell she's pretty stressed at that moment. But yeah, you know, there's that. And the guy doesn't speak Cantonese at all. I mean, he can speak some basic Cantonese, but English is his main language. And he does a lot of speaking, and I don't know what I'm saying. So the scene starts, he acted it out again, the third time. I read the lines of the girl, and at some point Leslie suggested that, you know, we actually act it out, like we actually do the blocking, everything. And he started to have me walk around, and like, she wanted the guy to put his hand on the girl's waist, and Leslie wanted to demonstrate it, so she put her hand on my waist, and that's fucking awesome. Like, being, like, before I even, like, again, I don't touch people, I don't touch women, I don't touch people in general, and that's why people always keep touching me first, and Leslie put her hand around my waist, and it's, like, the least soft and tender, like, ever, you know. But yeah, that's pretty great. And then I had to do it with the actor, and he did the same thing. But yeah, it was fun, I guess. And then after that, Crystal, the Chinese mom, showed up again. And we did an audition over Zoom. And yeah. Okay, I gotta finish this ice cream, do I? We did an audition over Zoom. And yeah, the first AD went through backstage to look at actors. Man, I remember those days when Thomas was looking for Koreans on backstage and he couldn't find a single one of them, which is so hilarious. Yeah, essentially there's that. Yeah, after that, we went away and I went downstairs to outside the soundstage because my main thing today is to spy on Friday Film 32. So I went downstairs and Leslie's with me as well. It's just, I don't know why, but when I'm beside Leslie, I just don't feel like my heart's about to burst out of my chest. I feel nice. It feels warm and nice and I'm happy, but it's not like my heart's about to burst out of my chest. And I think because Michelle seconded me. It's because my personality has changed. Like, I'm not a weakling anymore. But also, second of all, if Mary shows up and starts working with me, I'm probably gonna act the same. Like, just be nice and stuff. But, I don't know. Maybe that's a bad thought. Maybe the fact that I'm thinking that if Mary's around me, I'm going to act the same way is actually evidence that I have changed. Because if Mary had shown up in front of me when I was like 17, I may actually have a panic attack and die. So I really don't know. But you know, I don't know. Maybe I should never tell Leslie how I feel about her. Because if I do, and I'm not shaking, the same way I was shaking when I said hey to Mary, not even confessing, like hey, if I'm not shaking, I would be disappointed. I want myself to have a very dramatic reaction. But yeah, anyways, I digress. We were outside the soundstage, me, Leslie, Crystal, Angel, one other guy who was apparently the director for the next scene, Brazil. I stood there for a little while, didn't say anything, and then I sneaked into Friday 32. Right off the bat, Justin saw me, Cliff saw me, I found Miles, I found Javi. I was like, where's Lauren? Lauren's standing right in front of me. And, again, me with my black cape and my black shirt, I feel so freaking, I feel like a veteran. And, oh my god, this Friday 32, they suck so much ass. They suck so much ass. This is the most abysmal class. I thought Wednesday was bad. Honestly, Wednesday's not bad at all. Friday class, absolute abysmal. It's absolutely chaotic. So the producer is this Russian guy, and he's shy and quiet. He's not doing anything. The first AD, she's clearly extremely pissed and stressed, and she started telling people, shut up, shut up. The director gets annoyed and started yelling at people, shut the fuck up, shut the fuck up. And then, people, in disagreement, actual tension going on, actual chaos. The scriptie doesn't have a template. She's writing it on her notes. And I looked at the roll call sheet, and it's a mess. People started switching places. The art director becomes scriptie. I saw Chiara, the middle-aged Italian woman who recently broke friendship with Leslie. I spoke to her as if I know nothing. And she's the set dresser now, even though she was dolly grip in the morning. It's a total freaking mess. It's absolutely abysmal. I just walked around and I started laughing because it's just so funny. It's so funny how bad this class is. I'm so happy. Wednesday's class might be even better than mine, but this class is god awful. And it has some great people in it. Miles is a dedicated film bro, even though he's still a film bro. Cliff and Lauren, they're OP. They're OP cinematographers. And yeah, the tension's terrible. One thing is that the acting is great. I love the set. And I like that they use a GoPro, which I've never seen before. In a Film 32 shoot. They use a GoPro, which is very interesting. But yeah, it's a total freaking mess. I spoke with people. I say my piece. Oh hi, my name's Enoch, I'm from Film 33, blah 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 blah. But yeah, apparently Simon, the guy who was in my Film 2 class, also showed up here. So that's extremely interesting. Oh, there's a Korean. So interesting. I've never seen a Korean in this film program. This is the first time I've seen a Korean in a film program. And he said he knows someone. He asked me if I'm international student too. I said yes, and he can't guess where I am because all East Asians are, a mess, right? Unpredictable, ethnically ambiguous within East Asia. I said I'm from Hong Kong, and he said he knows someone from Macau. And I said, Connor? And he's like, yeah. So he knows Connor. We're all connected. We're all connected. And I think I give off the vibe that I'm in the very center of a spider web or something, which is absolutely freaking insane. Even now, I'm still having a hard time processing the idea that I've become someone more important than I was. Even Professor Antonio, he was like, the table is a mess. Apparently they have pizza. The table outside is a mess. Please clean it up. And then people started going out. There's so many times where we're in a take and someone walks in through the door and it ruins it. And then Drew was annoyed. He's never annoyed. This is crazy. I know we filmed one complete take and then it's like, we're done. That's it. We're not filming anymore. And it's so different from John L. When I worked for John L., we had a first complete take. That's great. And then we still have to do maybe 5 more to get the exact right one so that it works exactly right in John L's vision. The more I go onto these sets, the more I respect John L. Like, man, John L is a really good director. God damn. So yeah, and then I saw Leslie like zooming around. Leslie's like an elusive spirit guardian, and she has these gaff tapes by her waist all the time, and like people ask Leslie like, oh, what do I do with this? What do I do with that? Where do I put this? And then I'm also elusive now with my black cape and whatever. Oh, I'm from Film 33. So it's just us two. And sometimes I would look at Leslie from all the way across the set and she would look back at me. God damn. The thing wraps and I continue to talk to people. There's this girl whose name is Jade and I speak to her right in front of Leslie. And I got witty. And I asked Leslie, is that gaff tape like, do you bring the gaff tape around like outside of soundstage? And Leslie thought I'm asking a serious question, and I said, like, it's part of your body now. And Leslie joked around, and she, like, kicked me. She raised her right leg and, like kicked me, you know, and laughed. Which is so funny, right? And, Jade is like, oh, you two know each other? And Leslie immediately said, no, like, I don't know him. And I'm like, yeah, we're strangers. Just, that reminds me of how in late October last year when we were filming the feature film Once in a Blue Moon and I was with Pepper, I would joke around and Pepper would like air kick me, and I just thought, man, that's such a close thing, you know, like only people who are close do that. And so Leslie doing this to me is almost like a benchmark, like yet another benchmark in our history of our relationship, you know. So that's pretty amazing. And then a little bit later, like Leslie like lied down on the floor. Like she sat on the floor, she lied down because she's stressed and insane and psychotic or whatever, I don't know. And then I squatted beside her like a little elf. Like it's like the little girl in My Neighbor Totoro, but like she's lying down and I'm like squatting beside her. Like a little NPC. It's so funny. And like I just feel like our distance is just so close now. It's never been this close before, and it's freaking fantastic. And then Leslie asked me what am I doing later, and I told her, oh, I'm going to Century City to meet up with Aoba to watch Suzume, and but I said I got time. And Leslie for maybe around 15 minutes really decided to hang out with me later, and I said yeah, we could work on a script together. Like, and then Leslie's like, do you want to go out and get something to eat, or do you want to go up to the conference room? And I'm like, I don't know, like, both are fine. So Aoba randomly showed up, and she has new hair again. She has a streak of white on her right side, and then another thick streak of light blue on that other side, and the gold still remains. It's really funky. And I was speaking to Drew, and Drew talked about, you know, all the, you know, if you want to be a director, you got to be a writer. You know, we talked about LMU and how they accepted me for screenwriting. And we talked about CSUN a little bit, and we talked a little bit of this, a little bit of that. But yeah, it's really interesting. The conversation went really long, and it started to get awkward, and I didn't know like how to say, so I just nodded. I was like, yeah, and I just, in my head, I'm like, wow, what should I say? So yeah, it's pretty funny. Yeah, but Aoba, I told Aoba that Leslie's not interested in watching mainstream movies, and Drew was there and he listened to all this. And Aoba asked me, and I'm like, yeah, that's true. And then Aoba asked Leslie, and Leslie's like, nah. And then after that, Leslie decided to not hang out with me later anymore. He's just too tired. She said, oh, we can do it over Zoom. Or, you know, I could just text you. And I'm like, okay, no pressure. Like, okay, fine. And I just left. Honestly, the fact that I'm able to see her like 3 days in a row is already a blessing. So I ain't complaining. Of course, it would be so fucking nice to just go somewhere, drink a cup of coffee with her, just sit down and just chat for real. But that would be fucking like, that would be like dating, and maybe she's like sensitive to that. Like I'm sensitive to that as well. Like, when's the last time I had a meal with a girl and it's just us? you know, and like a meal, not ice cream, because I did that with Michelle. Yeah, so I don't know. There's so many mosquitoes in my bedroom. But yeah, essentially that's that. That's today. So I don't know how I feel. I'm still like, there's still a part of me that's like anxious that because Leslie, I hear Leslie say no more than she says yes. Like Leslie saying no to Alba, Leslie saying no to working, like helping me with my anthropology report, Leslie saying no to this, to that, Leslie not coming to Princess Mononoke, Leslie not coming to the fucking, whatever. It's just, I can so imagine Leslie saying no if I ask her out. In fact, I really don't ever want to ask her out, honestly. So there's a slight tinge of melancholy. This is like a real slow burn. Like, I thought April is the month where I'm gonna lose my mind and my sanity. And I didn't. It's still intact, but ever so slightly. Every single day, something small happens and I lose a little bit, but just a little bit, and it's like not enough. And it's just like nothing happened, and I'm still sane. So yeah, that's that. But whatever the case may be, I need to find an excuse to literally just hang out with Leslie herself. And before that, I need to complete the Virgin. I'll probably complete it tonight. Honestly, fuck it, I'll complete the Virgin tonight. So yeah, that's that. And not much else. I'm gonna cook myself dinner real quick, and then I'm gonna leave, and it's gonna be amazing. Yes. Here we go. Oh my god, the line versus him is so long. Alba's right there. Alright. Waited a little bit for the physical ticket, but here I come.
あれ嘘っすよ。逆っす本当は。俺がソータから借りてて。あいつ忘れてるみたいだから黙っててもらえます。
Wow, I look so goofy. Time now is 11:39 p.m. I'm gonna just wrap it up today real quick. One moment. Yeah, just left the apartment. I thought I had more time than that. I made myself dinner and I ate about maybe 20% of it, and then I had to stuff them all in a plastic box and leave for the movie. And then I went to Century City AMC. I arrived maybe about like 15 minutes late. Not 15 minutes, blah blah blah. 5. I was like 5 minutes late. I overshot by one bus stop. But yeah, and then I had to wait another like freaking how many minutes just so that I could get a physical ticket. Because I like collecting physical tickets. But yeah, anyways, I watched the movie with Alba. Alba went to the bathroom, came here. We didn't sit together. I would like to sit together with her just to see her reaction. I ended up sitting next to, like, to my left, it's a middle-aged Japanese woman, or maybe Japanese woman in her late 30s, early 40s, maybe. And, so I wouldn't say middle-aged, but I could tell she's Japanese, like, just by the way she looks. Not to sound racist or anything, but, like, there are moments where, like in the beginning of the film, in Act 1, the main female character says, "Ikemen no hito," which means very handsome man, but the subtitles is like stranger, you know, so it's not that funny. And only she laughed, so she actually like knows, you know. And then when there's a point in the movie where the characters are singing some old songs, and she's singing along a little bit. That's that. And I cried, actually. It wasn't a big cry, and I really thought to myself, I don't really want to cry to this movie, because it's just like a random mainstream whatever movie. But some scenes are just so fucking tear-jerking. And Alba likes it, even though she doesn't think it's perfect. She thinks it's weird. Like, a girl suddenly saving the world is like such a strong shift in tones, and I thought, well, a lot of story structures are like that, and I like that. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So she waited for Uber, and I had to leave her first. I wanted to stay with her until she gets into the car, like a gentleman, but then I'm like, bro, you know what? She can take care of herself. So I just left, and I took the bus back home, finished the rest of the dinner, and here I am. So yeah, today's another pretty interesting and fantastic day. I feel happy overall. The day ended a little melancholic, just a tiny dash of melancholy, because I really wanted to hang out with Leslie, but I can't be that greedy. The fact that she like kicked me, grabbed me by the waist and kicked me is already like a gift, you know, that I shouldn't take for granted. I should be happy going home. And I am happy. I think today is a real benchmark of our relationship once again. And it's just, I don't know, I think I don't know, I'm constantly shifting between, she'll definitely say no. If I tell her my feelings, she'll definitely say no. She'll screw me over, and I'm just gonna be super sad. And like, she can say no in a very polite way, and she can say, oh, but we can still be friends, which is, you know, the go-to way to solve this issue. But it's just going to hurt me a lot, and that's still very possible. But then a good part of me also thinks, like, you know, I can't impress her, you know, like, I haven't even gotten closer. I haven't even reached the level with her where, I've never even asked her what type of movie she wants to make. I haven't even shown my personal side to her. I've barely shown any of that to her. And if she sees that, it's like, what then, you know? So there's still a lot more space to develop. I still think that there's still a lot more about Leslie, like maybe about her childhood and the way she views life and death. There's still so much to explore. If I ask Pepper the same thing, like, what do you think of life and death? She probably has like a bullshit answer, like, I don't know, death is bad. But like, Leslie would say something profound, or not profound, but at least something interesting. So we really want to see that. So there's still a lot of space. So this isn't the end at all. Yeah, essentially that's that. Tomorrow I can wake up naturally. The location scouting is moved to Sunday. So that's that. It's great. Yeah, and that's all. I'm really busting my ass off doing this location scouting. And I think I'm gonna complete the version script tonight. Hopefully, like the whole fucking thing. Because I feel like I'm bugging myself out because I feel like I can't finish, because I feel I can't write it anymore because I don't have the lonely, cynical feeling anymore. And that's really bugging me out, but that should be a good thing. And the only reason why that's a bad thing is because, it's because I need it for the version. So once I'm done with it, I'm done. Let's be happy forever, you know? I don't know, and then this makes me think maybe in some future projects I'm going to need that cynicism back. Where do I get it back? I don't really know. But, I think more importantly is, I feel like I really have a chance with Leslie because it seems like nobody else wants her. And that's true because she isn't the prettiest girl in the world. Let's be honest here. She's okay. I think she's a bit above average. And I think, again, if she eats well, sleeps well, she's going to look really good. Pepper, on the other hand, she's fine. But she has heavy makeup on. Leslie doesn't put on makeup. Okay, right? Second of all, like, Leslie has such a horrifying personality, which is so freaking my type. So yeah, that's that. But yeah, tomorrow I'm gonna go to Ralph's, and then tomorrow night, hopefully I see Leslie fucking again. Holy shit. Again, I should feel blessed. Like, in back in the day, back in secondary school, I would yearn to just see Mary, her face, you know. I don't even ask to hang out with her. I just want to see her face or just maybe talk to her. But now running into Leslie is so easy. See, if I hadn't gotten close to Leslie because of film club, right? And let's say in another universe, I would still go to Film 33 and I would still scout for PAs. Leslie would still be a stranger to me. And yeah, in a world where I haven't met Leslie at all in that Film 33, like in the film club, things would have gone so different. So I feel so blessed. Yeah. The former Chinese teacher, Mr. Poon, has this morning given me some feedback for Cloud Busting, and he said he's actually quite impressed. He thinks the script is really well written, and he likes the framing composition. He really admires that I do a lot of wide shots. There are some framing issues, like at some point the main character's head is cut off, and all that jazz. And he finds the symbolism confusing, like when his face melts into Guan Yu, which is such a ridiculous scene, by the way. And I know everyone's going to be confused when they see it, but, you know, it is what it is. Deal with it. That's art. Yeah, overall, it's a pretty positive comment. And I'm so happy I could still talk to the guy. You know, he's my favorite teacher ever. Yeah, that's pretty much it for today. I'm gonna do a Suzume review and immediately edit it right now. Yeah, hopefully, yeah, I don't know. Hopefully I get to see Leslie again tomorrow. Alright, time now is exactly 12 at noon. Oh my god, my voice is so deep and crisp. I slept from 2:45 to 11:40-ish. Yeah, that was a very good sleep. That was a very good natural wake up kind of sleep. I feel rejuvenated, and yeah, today's gonna be a chill day, hopefully. Actually, not really. I'm going to, so the whole location scouting thing, that's out of the window. That's gone. We're not doing that today. We're doing that tomorrow. Today, I have time. I'm going to go to Ralph's. I'm going to finish the Virgin today, okay? I swear to God, I'll finish the Virgin today. Yeah, I'll be, finishing the Virgin today, and then I will do all sorts of other stuff, Japan vlog, reviews, edit my short film. I'll watch Vinland Saga. I'll watch another movie tonight. Oh, actually, I'll watch Taxi Driver tonight. That's what's up. So yeah, I'm gonna go to Ralph's at some point in the afternoon to buy more food. And then at night, hopefully Leslie joins in. But Cliff is confirmed he's joining. We're watching Taxi Driver at Landmark Westwood at 10:30. I'm gonna walk back home again. The movie's gonna end at like 1 a.m. I'm gonna walk back home. It's gonna be great. But yeah, that's that for today. I'm in my pajamas, so maybe I should do some exercises. Not much else. Even though, again, yesterday it ended off a little melancholic because Leslie didn't want to like talk about the script with me in person. We're still at the point where we can't just hang out just for the sake of hanging out. There needs to be a purpose. But it's okay. Again, it's only like early stages in my opinion, right? I still think there's a closeness between me and her that's just so damn great. I talked with Michelle last night. Michelle said she felt like she's dying. And I said, that sounds like something that Leslie would say. And then she got annoyed. She's like, oh my god, we just shut up about her for 1 second. And then I realized, oh yeah, I'm being annoying. Shit. And then she said she went to the blood works. I don't know what the hell is blood work. And she said she did some blood tests and she feels drained and her energy is gone. And I was like, well, drink some water, eat some iron-rich foods, get some sleep. And she's like, wow, you have issues showing warmth to a friend. You're a bit like Thomas. The more I speak to you, the more I find out that you have issues showing warmth. And I'm like, what the fuck? First of all, I'm always showing warmth. I just don't know how to say it. I'm just not gonna act, I just don't act like, oh my god, are you okay? I'm not Californian, okay? You're speaking to a Hong Konger. We don't show warmth to other people. Okay? Second of all, like, after that, I thought to myself, like, wow, shit. It's gonna be like the second coming, like if history repeats itself, Michelle would be Bernice, and Leslie would be Mary. Like, Michelle would steal my diary at some point and break our friendship, and then I would want to be with Leslie, and I would have a huge crush on her. And Leslie would have to break her friendship with Caroline or something, which in this case is Chiara. It's so funny. But yeah, this is different though. This is different. But yeah, I'm just like thinking of like, I don't know, just the image of Leslie laying on the ground and me squatting beside her like a little gremlin. It's just so so funny. But at some point, like during the audition, Leslie said if push comes to shove, if she really can't find any actors, she's just gonna ask Ken the Taiwanese to do it. She never thought of asking me. What the fuck? Maybe it's because I don't fit the type. Of course, like, I'm not free on Wednesday the whole day. I got photo 1 in the morning, and I hate acting. Especially, like, speaking Cantonese in front of a bunch of English-speaking people. That's scary. I don't want to do that. And Ken will definitely refuse. Ken wants to hide the fact that he's Taiwanese to everyone else. Ken will definitely refuse, by the way. Leslie doesn't know that, but I know. So, yeah. Yeah. I don't know, to some degree I feel bad for Michelle. Like, Michelle has never dated anyone before, shockingly, and to Michelle, she's been having crushes, but never being, really close to someone. And my situation is different. I've had crushes, but only once. And like Michelle, I never got to get close, but I am a fast learner, and I learn how to socialize so fast. Like, from Wednesday 32 to yesterday's Friday 32, I speak to a lot of strangers, and I realized that it's actually pretty crazy that I have the ability to do that now, because back in the day, I would never do that. I would never speak to strangers, but nowadays I have the courage to do that because to a certain degree, I know that I have the ability to handle literally any type of people now. I can literally handle anyone. Like, if I'm facing a shy, nerdy person versus I'm facing a super extroverted, hunky, bulky person, like, I know how to handle them. I know how to handle anyone at this point because I've met so many different types of people. So, I've just gained that ability. So, for me to get close to Leslie isn't even that gigantic of a challenge anymore. So, yeah, that's that. Alright, it's 8:14. I'm back from Rouse finally, after waiting for the bus for 16 minutes at the bus stop, back home. So, mac and cheese, chocolate cake, got 2 Indomies, I got a Caesar salad kit, I got, I think it's penne pasta right there, I got a couple bell peppers, I got broccoli right here, I got turkey breasts, I got lemon flavored Noosa yogurt. For tonight, broccoli salad, hell yes, right? Salmon, I got some carne asada but without the seasoning. I got some pork chops over here. I got pink lemonade, strawberry lemonade, as well as chunky tomato pasta sauce. Altogether, $55. All right, once again, I am back to Landmark Westwood. No one's outside. God damn it. Where is Cliff? Leslie ain't coming again, so that's great. I'm happy. Okay, so this is if Milagros is in Westwood. She's walking like this. Maybe use a wider lens, I don't know.
Wait, was it? It was 25? Yeah.
Still walking. Rat poison. Boom.
Did you get my flowers in the... You didn't get them. But I sent some flowers.
All right. Time now is 1:06 a.m. After midnight. Just came back home. I'm still in my street clothes. But yeah, here's a quick rundown of today. Today is a surprisingly chill day. I don't know, whenever I have a chill, peaceful day, something feels wrong. Like, it's supposed to be chaotic. It's supposed to be filled with information. I didn't speak to Michelle at all today on Discord. And yeah, essentially there's that. Went to Ralph's, came back home. I went to Ralph's really late. I gave my mom a phone call. I tried my best to be productive today. I did a couple reviews. I finally bleached my bathroom. This is something that I've been planning to do since late March. So finally I did that. Thank you. But yeah, I didn't do anything all that crazy. I wish I had the time to edit short film. I don't. I wish I had the time to edit my Japan vlogs. I don't. I wish I had the time to film the last scene of Love and the scene in Love and Death that I haven't even shot. I just don't have the time. I just keep running out of time. Like right after I came home from Ralph's, I was so hungry. I immediately cooked dinner, and after dinner, I had to immediately leave to watch Taxi Driver with Cliff at Landmark Westwood, and it's great. It's awesome. I think I like it even more. I think I enjoy the film even more, and yeah, Cliff seems to enjoy it as well, which is also fantastic. And yeah, Leslie couldn't make it. Again, about half an hour before the screening of the film, Leslie WhatsApped me saying, "I'm so fucking tired." I just love the brutal honesty. Like usually if someone tells me something, the same thing, if someone tells me that they can't make it to something because they're too tired, they would say, "Hey," with multiple Y's, and add a couple crying teary-eyed emojis and say, "I'm so sorry, I just can't make it, I'm so tired, I gotta wake up tomorrow, blah blah blah." But for Leslie, she just said 3 words. Four words. I'm so fucking tired. No emojis, nothing. Not even hi, just "I'm so fucking tired," and then she dipped. She's gone. She's out of here. So I respect that brutal honesty, but it's such a shame because watching Taxi Driver with a girl I like, it's just like next level, you know? It's just next level. So I wish I could do that again with Leslie. Like watch Taxi Driver again with her. Like maybe on a screen projected in her room or something. I know her room has a projector, which is so cool. Like we could watch horror films there. I want to watch the most fucked up shit with her. But yeah, so Leslie couldn't come, but at least Cliff is here this time, so I didn't watch completely alone. And I think I enjoy the film a little more. I have this film as my number 2 favorite film of all time, but I'm still having a hard time believing that is actually my 2nd favorite film of all times. I don't know, but it's really great. Yeah, if this is my first time and it's on a big screen, I would have been floored probably. Like, I probably would have been like, oh wow, I would have been impressed. But yeah, not much else. So Berkan, the producer, randomly told me he can't make it tomorrow. Something came up and he's not free tomorrow. So I don't know what to do, because I told the two houses, one in Mar Vista, the other in Encino, that I can do tomorrow. I don't want to push this any further. So what the hell should I do? Should I tell everyone else that the location scouting session tomorrow is canceled? I don't want to do that. I have so much on my hands, and also I'm running out of time. I have like 4 days left until I hand in the report, hand in all the paperwork. So what the hell do I do? So I guess the only thing I could do, or the reasonable thing to do, is to still have the location scouting, but without any of the producers. So I immediately brainstormed, and people started texting me. Bree texted me if we're doing location scouting tomorrow. Liam DM'd me on Instagram. Thomas texted me again about what we're doing. So I'm like, you know what, fuck it. I will hold the meeting. I will hold the location scouting session myself. I'll do it myself because I have the ability to. What's stopping me, right? So I asked Birkin if he's down. He's down. He's got a car. Boom, excellent. So I booked Mar Vista House at 3 p.m., 5:30 at Encino. So we go to the Mar Vista House first for about an hour, and then we go to Manhattan Beach to pick Red up. Red wants to join, but the thing is, he's working at Manhattan Beach until 4:30 p.m. We'll drive there and pick him up. We can do that. We'll go all the way to Encino. That's 5:30. Go around there until maybe around 6:30. We come back down. Maybe we can pass by Montana Street, and then maybe we can scout at that point. We'll bring everyone back home. That's the deal. So that's the plan. And I didn't make an announcement or anything. Which is kind of wrong, but then also because I'm texting so many people. I'm texting Bree about it, and Bree is down to join. I texted Carly about it. Carly's not responsive. I texted Benny about it. Benny's down to join. He's responsive. I texted Liam about it. He's responsive. I texted Jonathan. He's in Coachella. I texted... Who else did I text? Okay, Red is joining. But yeah, essentially, there's that. So, all the people who need to be there and can be there will be there, essentially. I'm not making an announcement or anything. It's just happening completely improvised. And hopefully I get the pictures and then I post it somewhere and then yada 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 yada. So that's that. And so tomorrow I'm going to church tomorrow morning. And again, I'm going to go one time, and then for the next 5 weeks or so, I'm not going to go to fucking church. Okay? Another thing is, Birkin said he booked the big Studio City House tour next Sunday. Now that's going to be a bit of an issue because next Sunday is April 30th, and it's the last day of HKOS, and I want to go to help out with HKOS. Next Saturday I can't because I want to go to freaking Run. I hope Leslie's not too tired to go see it because I really have to see it. It's a dream come true. And on Friday I also can't go because I need to go to help to see Film 32. So I may just not go to the freaking location scout next Sunday. Maybe. But if Cuchillo's gonna show up, Birkin told me that Cuchillo will show up, which is humongous. So, okay, wow. I don't know what to do. So the thing is, maybe I'll go help out on Saturday morning till afternoon and then have someone drive me back. So let's hope for that. And then I'll see Ron on the same night. Hopefully. But yeah, essentially, that's that. Absolutely insane week coming up. I don't know how I feel about Leslie. I asked Cliff, why did he never ask me who that person is? And Cliff is like, well, you said you don't want to tell me, so I guess I'm just not gonna make guesses. And okay. And then a little bit later I asked him, can you guess who it is? And Cliff said he can't. And then a little bit later I asked Cliff, do you know if people have crushes on you? And he's like, no. And I told him, I know a few people who has crushes on you. And he's like, really? And I said, oh, I'm not going to say it out of respect. And he's like, okay, yeah, I get it. And he thought it's someone from My Film 33. That's wrong. Because on last Thursday, you know, he was outside of the soundstage and some Film 33 people spoke to him. That's not true. It's Michelle and Leslie. Both of them have a crush on him at some point. So yeah, absolutely insane. Michelle and Leslie had a crush on freaking him at some point, but not me because I'm the fucking loser. Just kidding. You know, I really don't care. And I think Leslie, to a certain degree, also like me more than other people. Not in a romantic sense, but just like in a friendly way. I get that vibe from her. You know, if she's comfortable enough to just send me a fucking text like that, I'm so fucking tired, and then refuse to elaborate, he's probably comfortable with me. So yeah, there's that. And not much else. Hopefully tomorrow goes well. Alright, time now is 8:08 a.m. on April 23rd. So yeah, I slept from 2:45 to 7:50. So that's about 5 hours. Not the end of the world, but definitely wish I could have slept longer. Today's gonna be pretty interesting, I guess. I'm gonna go to church, and then again, like I said last night, hopefully this will be the last time I go to church until a long time later, okay? And then I will, after lunch, I'm gonna directly go back to CMD, where another location scouting session will take place. Yeah, hopefully it goes well, because I didn't make an announcement or anything. I texted a bunch of people about it. Hopefully they all turn up, show up, whatever. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I had a dream where I tried Amazon Siri, and I turned on, and some two dudes picked up the call, and they were trying to dox me, but turns out they're actually being friendly, but I thought they were trying to dox me, and I was really defensive about it. My aunt offered me weed, and I refused, and that's funny because I should be a bad boy. But I just thought to myself, I want to, the next time I try weed, I want to try with Leslie. So I can't do it now, you know. Although it's so funny because apparently my elder cousin tried weed already, in real life, with his mom, the first time he tried weed. Which is absolutely crazy. When my mom heard the story, my mom was probably thinking wow, what the hell are you doing? Teaching your own son to do this. But honestly, I tried an edible, I vaped without my mom knowing, and it feels great, you know. I feel like an enemy of the world suddenly, you know. No, but yeah, for real, the next time I try weed, next time I get high, the first time I get high, I want to do it with Leslie. It's just she's the perfect person to do it with. Yeah, and I probably won't speak to her at all today, but yeah, let's hope I get to see her, do something with her. I couldn't finish The Virgin, but I knocked out 3.5 scenes last night, right before bed. I knocked out 3.5 scenes. Or at least 3.5 scenes, including modifications to a scene. And then after a couple more scenes and the ending scene, I'm done with the whole script. So I can finish it tonight, actually. And then after that, I'll just really let myself go off with Leslie. Yeah.
Alan, you're welcome to take pictures, videos,
thank you.
measure things, whatever you like. That's
Oh,
Cadella.
wow.
We board our dogs during film shoots.
Oh.
We have to have people do that. Yeah, one of them said, well, will it hold the person? I said, I hope so, because sometimes they need to be repaired. The way they treat them is just horrible.
But you can definitely wheel your equipment through here. Okay, so this is dedicated circuit for these 4 plugs, and yeah, their own circuit. And then everything else is 20 amp.
Egg rolls. You're from America, but it's like the.
Yeah, I mean, technically you're not supposed to, but it's fine. Yeah, I just.
This is beautiful. Oh my god, dude lives in a medieval English house.
Yo, Bree, can you hear me? Hello? Yo, are you coming?
Yeah. And we have a place professional clean before the event, but they did a good job.
Yeah.
Should
Wow,
have seen it a half hour.
it's really nice.
Yeah, the hardcore environmentalist, so these redwoods are conservative, and we've got like a large.
Milagros run up the stairs. This is the hallway.
Okay.
Ooh. Scene 13 over there. Pool, Frank's house, evening. Scene 14, interior, Milagros hold a tray of snacks, so probably right here. She walks in, she sees the pool, maybe we'll block out these windows, and then she freaks out and she runs back to the house, either to there. 15, hallway, house, evening. Milagros rushes up the stairs. She runs up the stairs, she goes to the hallway. Right there, the shelves, or over there are shelves there as well. 16, bedroom. 18, bedroom, also up there. 19, dining room. We are thinking over here. If not, we can dress that room. Oh boy, okay, it's 9:33. I have no source space, god damn it. Alright, time now is 12:23 after midnight. Yeah, so today's pretty interesting. Went to church. Went to Culver City to pick up the other woman. Went to sermon, sat down, and I fell asleep. I woke up naturally yesterday, and today I slept for 5 hours, which is not the end of the world, but for some reason I was just so sleepy. And then afterwards I had a little coffee, with a heavy lack of milk. And then I sat through the entire Sunday school Bible study. I just could not concentrate because I'm either thinking about Film 33 or I'm thinking about Leslie. Like, I just cannot concentrate. And I'm just at a point where no matter what the fuck they say to me, no matter what happens to me, it's just impossible for me to be religious anymore. It's just like, I'm not Christian. That's like, and no matter how many songs I sit through, I'm not, okay? I just can't. So I'm like unfazed the whole time. And then afterwards, me, the siblings, and that woman from Culver City, we went to a Vietnamese pho restaurant with the cardiologist teacher and had lunch there. I had a big beef noodles and I paid $20 in cash. I paid a $50 bill and the cardiologist teacher gave me $30 back because apparently they have to ask us for more money if we pay in credit card because of all the crazy commission fees. So we decided to pay in cash. And yeah, that's that. And then afterwards, the cardiologist teacher drove me to drove me to CMD, where the second part of the day begins. Yeah, it's quite weird, you know. This morning I'm tired, a little awkward, speaking Cantonese, and then the rest of the day it's in full English. And welcome to the most scuffed location scouting session of all times. So this is super last minute. Birkin, the producer, isn't here. Zach, the producer, isn't here. He's never here. Carly, the director, turns out she's available. I texted her, but I texted her with my wrong phone number, so I couldn't really text her. Like, my text didn't reach her, so I texted her again, and she's like, "Oh, I'm just receiving this now," and it's so last minute because I texted Carly with the American phone number at around 12:50, and that's like an hour and a half before the time I said we're gonna show up at CMD. Yeah, so at 2:30 p.m. I arrived at CMD, and I told Benny that, I told Bree that, I told Thomas that, I told Liam that, I told Carly that, and hopefully we all show up. I didn't make any announcement. I just text so many people at once. Right in the morning, like even at church, even during Sunday school, I would be texting people. So that's exactly what happened. And lo and behold, Benny showed up in his car, and then Liam and Thomas showed up together. And yeah, it's pretty crazy. It's actually happening. I just, you know, I've come to a point where I can. Well, this, even though this isn't, this is for Film 33. This isn't a hangout. But I've come to a point where I could just randomly text a bunch of people and ask them to show up at some random point in time and at some spot, and we actually do show up. That's how ridiculously powerful I am right now. But yeah, you know, at least Benny's there with me, so I'm not just standing there like an idiot. But so Carly's heading to the house in Mar Vista directly, Bree as well. So me, Benny, Thomas, Liam sat in the same car, went all the way to Mar Vista. We're right on time, and then Carly also showed up, and we went to a house, which is a possible location for Milagros' backyard. And we went in there, and then Bree later showed up. So again, it's just fucking crazy that I made this happen. I went to Gigster, I went to the website, I typed in all this stuff, I got a response, I booked a time for a tour, and there they are. This old white guy, bald, and his wife, who is a very fat, short-haired white woman, lives in this old house, maybe a bit dirty, but way better than the one we went to in North Hollywood. Way better. And I wouldn't complain if we end up shooting here. I would not complain at all. I think it is a pretty nice spot. Could be better, but you know what? I do not complain at all. We ask the right questions, we act all professional, and thank God Carly, the director, is here, because otherwise it's just nobody's free. So Red revealed that, okay, he's got to go to work until 4:30 at Manhattan Beach, and then earlier this morning Red said that his boss asked him to work extra hours, so he can't come at all. And then after I went to the house, the first house, Red suddenly texted Benny, and also apparently he tried to call me, but I didn't pick up the phone for some reason. It didn't ring. I guess he tried to call me on Discord. In that case, it wouldn't ring. So he texted Benny that apparently his boss let him leave early, but then at that point, he tries to call an Uber, and he tried to call an Uber. Okay, but anyway, it's complicated. We went to the first house at Mar Vista, and I thought it's okay, but it's just okay. It's not the best, but will do. You know, for a tiny one scene thing, it'll do. Okay, it will work. But yeah, anyways, there's that. Afterwards, okay, Bree joined in, and I told Thomas to fetch her. And then we all joined in, and then we got a little bit of time because Red is not joining. So we decided to take a look at Mar Vista Farmers Market, which is completely gone because it's supposed to be a morning thing, but we still went there to the spot to check it out. Benny said he secured a stall, so that's pretty good. Carly very obviously wants to film in Santa Monica Farmers Market. Me too. I'll make a phone call tomorrow, ask the person in charge, and we'll see if I can figure something out. But yeah, it's a pretty scuffed location scouting session, and I'm surprised how smoothly and how well it went today, actually, for some reason. Yeah, again, the guy's name is Conrad in the first house, and I looked at my Gigster, that's the guy's name, and I just looked around for a suspicious man, and there he is. He's like, "Hi, I'm Conrad. You're Enoch, right? You're Enoch, right?" He shook my hands. Like, it's real now. It's real. I'm touring freaking apartments now. So yeah, it's absolutely insane. Not apartments, houses. But yeah, we went to farmer's market, and then we also walked around. There's a little cafe where almost everyone except for me and Thomas, everyone else got coffee or something. Liam got hot chocolate. Carly and Bree went off and got themselves a bit of a Vietnamese spring roll snack. We passed by this restaurant called My Lai, and I thought, oh my god, that's my last name. Oh my god, what the hell? Well, and then Brie explained that it's like an expression, and she just can't explain it apparently. Yeah, that's that. So afterwards we were in Benny's car for a little bit. Apparently, Benny's brother went to prom yesterday, and Benny's brother got laid. He returned his car at like 4 a.m. So there's a possibility that Benny's brother had sex in the back seat of the car where Thomas and Liam were sitting. So that's fun. And that's also the fuse that started all the sex talk that we had today, which is pretty wild. But yeah, we decided not to pick up Red. We could pick up Red, but the thing is, Mar Vista to Manhattan Beach is like half an hour. We may not be able to make it to Encino in time in 5:30. Now, Red can directly take an Uber to CMD, and then we will go to CMD, because apparently Thomas left his wallet inside his car, and he's scared that it's going to be stolen. But apparently the Uber wait takes too long, so at the end, Red just gave up. We directly went back to CMD while Bree directly went to the Encino house. And then Liam, because Liam lives in the valley, so Liam also drove his car. So 3 cars now. And then Carly left. Carly's just gone. So because she has a Zoom meeting at 5 p.m., so she wants to go back home. So now there's Bree in her car, Liam and Thomas, and then me and Benny. So on our way to CMD, we started to have this crazy ass conversation about sex. So Benny and Liam, it's so cartoony, and I've never been in a conversation like this, but it's so American, and for some reason I'm not the awkward one. Thomas is the awkward one. So I don't know how did it start, but like Benny started talking about, oh yeah, we joked about porn. We joked about it, and Thomas is the odd one out because he never watches porn. Like, he's legitimately confused, and we started laughing at him. And then they started talking about, and I wasn't even in the conversation all that much, but they started talking about like lusting, like, and Thomas and in his very conservative Christian views, like Thomas thinks that watching porn is bad, like lusting over a woman is bad, and you shouldn't have sex until you're married. And yes, while I'm like the biggest virgin loser ever, Thomas is like even worse. And so and Benny's like this extroverted guy, he loves sex. He straight up says that. He's like, I'm a huge sex enthusiast. I love sex. I want to buy women so that we can have a threesome with another girl. Like, that's great. And then so it's like Benny and Thomas just like arguing, not arguing, it's a friendly debate, but it's so funny, and I can tell Thomas is so uncomfortable, and Liam's laughing, and I'm laughing at all this. It's so fucking funny. And yeah, essentially there's that. Yeah. So so they continued to talk, and then they started talking about it. It just strays off. They started talking about dating. Like, should the guy pay first? Like, in the first day, should the guy pay all of it? Should the girl pay all of it? Should it be split and split? Liam thinks it should be split half and half. Benny thinks the guy should pay. And then now they're arguing. Now they're having a debate over the phone because we went back to CMD and we switched cars. And it's just this crazy hour-long debate. And it's just earlier today when we were driving back home, when the cardiology teacher was driving me and the Culver City woman back home, and the Culver City woman asked him about the Tesla. He talked about his Tesla and the engines and like brakes and the charging stations for like 20 minutes straight. Just, it's so absolutely funny. So it turns out Liam has never had sex before. He's dated before, so at least he's done better than me. But he's a virgin. Thomas is clearly a virgin. I'm clearly a virgin. Benny's like, damn, I'm the only one in this car who has had sex? And it's so funny, I'm in LA. You know, before I came here, I thought everyone here are like sex raging bulls. But not really, you know. And also there's a community college, so everyone here are basically losers. But, yeah, essentially, there's that. But what surprised me is that Thomas was actually given the opportunity to have sex or something. According to him, he had a date with a girl, and the girl was like suggestive, and he said no. What? That dude? No fucking way, right? But again, it's according to him. But yeah, I find it so extremely funny. Anyways, we arrived at the Encino house, and there's like a party going on. And then we went in, and at first I had zero hope because Birkin said he found the perfect house. It's super big and beautiful, and it's in Studio City, and it's gonna work out. Birkin's gonna convince them, blah 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 blah. So I thought today me going to this random house in Encino, it's not gonna mean anything, okay? Eric found this house, and it's probably not gonna be anything. And it's an Encino. It's so far away. What the hell are we doing here? So we went into the house after the party guests leave, and we saw the house owner and his wife. And then, yeah, another issue is it has like terrible cell phone reception. I couldn't receive any signal. I couldn't make phone calls. I don't have mobile data. I have nothing. Benny has barely any signal either. So at first I thought, okay, this place, you know, I can't. You know, we probably won't choose this, but it's good to have a look anyways. And we went in, and it's actually not bad. It's actually very nice, spacey. Sure, the layout isn't perfect. It's too open. It's not geographically making sense in the script, but you can still make it make sense. The pool is nice. The rooms are nice. It's really huge. Even bigger than the house in Westwood. And there's a lot of room to place C-stands or whatever. It's actually not bad. And then we talked to the guy about prices, and the guy clearly has no idea what he's saying. Like, the guy isn't a businessman. He could have made more money. On Gigster, it says $75 per hour, and that's assuming that it's like a 5 to 10 people crew. We're a 35 to 40 people crew, okay? But Benny managed to like talk to him and was like, you know, we're like a school and we're shooting for 5 consecutive days. Like, can you give us a discount? And he's like, oh yeah, sure. So let's just stick with $75 per hour. 75 times 12, because 12 hours per day times 5. That's about 4,600. 4,600. Holy shit. What a bargain. This guy doesn't know how to do business. The house in Studio City apparently is $11,500. And the frigging house in Westwood, that's $10,000. This is such a freaking bargain. And the house is so big. He provides internet. So even if I can't make phone calls, at least I can WhatsApp people and text people with Wi-Fi, I guess. Use Signal or whatever. Actually, not bad. The house is full of electricity. It has 500 amps. And then there's a little like bird chirping noise, but that's like nothing, right? Aside from that, he the electricity bill, he almost forgot about it. I had to remind him of it. And Bree later told me, you shouldn't have reminded him. And I said, well, actually, if I didn't remind him and then he found out later, like maybe he's just going to get mad. It's a good measure. But he's agreed to pay for the electricity bill. If not, we can like split the bill in half. He doesn't care. He's just that rich. He doesn't really care. So, yeah, holy shit. This is actually a surprisingly good spot. I think everyone liked it. And even though it took a while for me to like the house, but I think everyone just agreed in agreement that this is a really damn good house, and everyone ended up satisfied. Bree, Thomas, Liam, Benny, and I all enjoy the house and think this is great. And it's such a shame that neither of the producers or the director or the freaking production designer or the freaking DP are here. Like when we went to the Milagros backyard, the house of Mar Vista, they were like, oh, are you the sound mixer? Are you the sound guy? Nope. And he's like, oh, no, are you the DP? And he's like, no, the DP isn't here. And then he asks if anyone here is the electrician. Nobody here is the electrician. We don't have an electrician. Dominic might be the gaffer. I have no idea who's going to be Best Boy Electric, okay? No idea. Orson would be a good pick, actually. I don't know. Or maybe Jonathan will get Orson to be key grip. But, yeah. It's actually a good house, and Eric freaking found it. And so I filmed so many videos, and I sent so many photos and videos to Carly, and then Birkin, and then to Red, and then they all liked it. Carly's like, oh yeah, it's good. Birkin's like, yeah, perfect. Red is like, oh yeah, it's actually really good. I mean, the layout's like kind of wonky, but I'm sure I'll figure something out. It's a really good price. Benny's in on it. If Benny's in on it, he's going to manage to convince the whole world that this is a great choice. I think it's a great choice. I think this might be our final choice, in fact. So the house is Encino, albeit kind of far, albeit we have to, defeat the 405, the curse of the state 405 highway. This is a legitimately fantastic choice. So yeah, this could be it. So, yippee-ki-yay, Yeah, and then afterwards, Benny thought he locked himself out of the car. Turns out he left the keys at the car door. So, he drove me and Thomas back home. I just sit in the back seat. But yeah, that's that. I went back home. That's it for today. I had a bagel with cream cheese and honey. I took a shower as well. So yeah, that's all for today. I'm actually really tired. I don't know if I have enough time to even watch a movie, let alone finish writing The Virgin or edit Japan vlog or the short film. Goddamn. But yeah, things are moving along definitely for sure. And I just can't wait to finish The Virgin so that I can fully go full speed ahead with Leslie. Well, to be fair, it's not like writing The Virgin is holding me back, because even without writing it, I would still struggle. But I feel like with The Virgin finished and out of the way, I can just see myself focusing a lot more of my energy to just being with Leslie, because yeah. And I just don't know what are the logical next steps. She didn't like any of my Instagram stories today, which is normally not crazy, but for Leslie, she likes my stories every day. Something stopping her? I don't know. I really don't know. She sent me a seal this morning, I think. She randomly texted me saying that she may have to turn the two main characters of Breathless lesbians because she can't find a male actor. And I told her, you know what? I'm going to find one for you, I swear. And I texted the woman who got me Jim Lau for cloud busting. And then I texted the supporting actor in John L. short film. And both of them responded. Both of them are thinking about it, right? But yeah, and then Leslie said, thank you. with a seal emoji. That's like her thing, and I like the seal emoji. It's a good emoji. And I responded with a magnifying glass because yours truly. I was just thinking, like, man, I don't want to always like constantly start conversation with Leslie and be the one who texts first. And then I just realized Leslie's the one who texted first this morning. Right. So you know what? I'll do that. I'll do that tomorrow. I'll text her. And then not much else. I think. Yeah, and then not much else. I don't know. Tomorrow. I don't know. Got reviews. Got so many phone calls to make. To LMU counselor, to CSUN counselor, freaking, I don't know. I feel like I'm gonna watch Beau is Afraid alone, and I don't think I have the time to help out with HKOS Film Festival. I don't think I do. Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know. Oh yeah, you know, I and Benny talked about like crazy Netflix scenes because he mentioned the whole prom thing, and he said the craziest thing he's heard is a high school threw a cocaine orgy party, which is absolutely insane. Which is crazy, and they're all like underage minors, which is like why. But yeah, not much else. I'm not like, even though like lately I've been hearing a lot of these sex stories, like Potter telling me about his host's son hooking up with his Korean white classmate, and all the blowjob in the park, and today hearing about the Benny's brother getting laid and the cocaine orgy party and all that sex talk, and yet I feel unfazed. I'm not like burdened by this. Not really. Maybe I am. Maybe I'm not. I watched Taxi Driver last night. I should be emotionally affected by it, but not really. I think it's just because nothing phases me. And even though I'm still a virgin, I've never dated, blah, blah, blah. But like just the fact that I speak to a lot of people and people acknowledge my existence is already something that I'm really proud of. And I don't necessarily feel all that inferior or anything. So I actually feel okay, you know? So yeah. Yeah. Alright, I have no storage space at all. I love everything.